So without further ado, let me invite on stage our first speaker from the startup, Dr. Partima Solanki. She is founder and CEO of 3K Nano. She is a scientist in nanotechnology. Dr. Partima, please.
Hello. Thank you, Nitika, for giving this very nice introduction. Namaskar, and respected CEO of the Dassault system at national and the international level. So myself, the Partima Solanki, that I'm the CEO of the 3K Nano. 3K Nano is a startup, is incubated at PATIL Incubation Center, JNU, New Delhi. And it's a very young startup. We have incubated in 2022. We are also incubated at virtually IKP Hyderabad. We are synthesizing various types of the nanostructure materials, nanoparticles of metal oxides, nanofibers, and their nanocomposite with the polymer and for wide application of environment as well as biomedical application. So these nanomaterials we are using for making sensor, biosensor. Biosensor, these are the technology that give the fast response, very specific, and also giving the sustainable response. So that can be solve the problem of the conventional technique. They are taking more time, and that is not affordable for every the part of the society. So in this regard, we are making biosensor for vitamin D3 detection. That can be very useful, that give the indication of the disease that is directly related with the osteoporosis as well as the corona. So in this case, we have developed sensor, screen printing electrodes. These are based on the nanomaterials embedded into the carbon, and then using the screen printing electrodes for development of the biosensor for vitamin D3 detection as well as the TMO. TMO is for the quality check of the fish, how the freshness of the fish in the market. Besides this, we have developed DNA isolation kit that is very cost effective, and we can use this kit to isolate DNA from the 5 samples. The product is ready. And simultaneously, the gas sensor, we are developing ammonia sensor that for the environmental monitoring as well as so many metabolites that ammonia is releasing from our breath. So we can monitor. Also, that ion exchange membrane, that can be used for hydrogen generation. So that can be used for in electrolyzer. So if we compare the results of the existing technology for the vitamin D3, the biosensing, that is give the fast response, as well as the cost effective as compared to the conventional techniques. So if we discuss about the market value of the nanomaterials for the new technology, so that is a maximum utility of these nanomaterials for the biomedical application as compared to the other industries. And if we discuss, you can see how this vitamin D sensor test is required for everyone, national as well as the international level. So our motto to make the biosensor that will more specific, more sensitive, that give the fast response as well as the cost effective. In this regard, to develop these sensor, we need assistance from the Dassault system to modeling of the biomolecules, and then we can also the clinical data analysis. So we are looking forward for their collaboration with the Dassault system. And I'm very much thankful to funding agency Bharat Big and the BITS Pilani. They give the funding for these projects, vitamin D3 and the TMO sensor. And also thanks to Dassault system, they give me this wonderful platform to pitch my newly budded startup. Thank you very much.
That was very impressive, Dr. Solanki. I will now ask the judges if they have any questions for Dr. Solanki. Please, the mics.
I have a question for Dr. Solanki. If you allow me, first, congratulations I love your project. I think it can be a real game changer in terms of detection. But I think one of the key aspects is also the cost and the cost effectiveness. So how much do you think you can reduce the cost compared to traditional methods of detection?
The cost of this.
Cost reduction.
Yeah, cost actually that in the path lab, once we are going for the sample, the cost is varies from labs to lab. So mostly that is around 1,800 and the 2,000 cost of the vitamin D3. But if we use a sensor, that the cost will be less, more than around 250 rupees. Yeah.
Very impressive.
Yeah. Yes.
How do you plan, first of all, beautiful project? I'm
Yeah.
so pleased to see you here. How do you plan to produce, to industrialize the approach?
For future approach.
Yes, for future.
Yeah. Once we validate, first we develop the prototype of our biosensor this device. There is a two part. One is a STIFs that having the biomolecule. Second is the electronics device. So both the ones we have to validate with the hospital, and then we can go for the market. Yeah.
So you are doing basically clinical trial for the validation?
That is in the process. I have collaboration with AIMS, Delhi, and then we will provide sample from there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, judges, for your questions. And a big round of applause for Dr. Solanki, please. Thank you. And now I would like to call upon stage our second speaker, Dr. Ashish Patil. He's a founder and CEO of PFlow. He's a doctor in urology. Dr. Ashish, please.
Good morning, dignitaries and my dear friends. Life is very important on this earth, and we are all here for that. And health science has to develop for that. Kidney failure is one of the causes of a lot of deaths in this world today. And poor urinary stream is one of the important causes of kidney failure. Prostate, urethral strictures, and spine problems are some of the causes which give rise to poor urine flow and kidney failure. So how does one know whether one has a poor urine flow? One has to go to the hospital and do a test which is called a uroflowmetry test, which measures the flow of urine. The usual course is you go to the hospital, the doctor asks you to fill in the bladder, you sit in a queue. When your bladder is full, the technician would allow you into the lab. He'll click on the computer, so please void, please pee, and then he'll click OK, and he'll keep on asking you, observing you, have you finished? I need to shut down the machine, etc., etc. So it has its own problems. This is one of the most important of those. But we have come up with a fix for this, which is the first mover in the market. It is patented, patent applied. It is a home-based, disposable, portable urine flow test kit. It can be made over the counter available. It is a doorstep test. So basically this test has gone from the hospital to the doorstep of the patient. It is affordable. It is almost 1/3 of the cost of the commercially available electronic flow, and it eliminates all the drawbacks of the hospital test. It is hygienic because it comes as a pre-sterilized pack. It is convenient, saves time, accurate because it is company calibrated, and it is obviously cost effective. Not going into the details due to the time shortage here. Today, uroflowmetry is valued at more than $180 million market in this world. And it is going to increase, friends, because the increasing prevalence of urinary problems and also the human age expectancy or the life expectancy is going up. Hence, these urinary problems which come in the late age are going to increase. There are no competitive products in the market as of yet, and uroflowmetry awareness is slowly going up. So I think Dassault Systems can help this product in a big way by helping us design, modeling, simulating the steps, project planning, management, and helping us with the clinical trials, and all on the single platform. Thank you all for a patient listening.
Thank you, Dr. Ashish. Very impressive project,
Pleasure.
I must say. And now I will ask the judges if they have any questions, please. Yes.
Well, I have a question. Thank you, Dr. Ashish. I'm very impressed and I see a huge, huge potential. And what I was thinking about when I was listening to you is, do you plan to have partnership with hospitals or pharma company? Because in partnership with hospitals, you could help keep people at home rather than in hospital.
Yes, we are open for the discussion and we are open for the proposals. And because that is the way this product will move forward. It has to come with a partnership with the doctor society, with the pharma society, and with a D2C kind of approach, where the general public or the general people know that this is important.
What do you think? It's very impressive on an important project. What do you think could be the target price of such kind of equipment at a certain horizon when it's fully industrialized?
I think when it is fully industrialized, now it is costing around 300 rupees a test. When the commercial hospital test is around 800 to 1,000 rupees. But when it goes into mass production, it is widely available. We should be able to get it down to maybe 200. And if we can have a single platform like this, Dassault, then maybe it would be even less, maybe 100, 150 rupees. And I think that would be the market breaker.
Another very quick question. What are they in India for such kind of equipment? Is there a very specific certification process to be done? And will this certification process, for example, for integrity of the equipment, be also needed for export?
Yeah. For India, if we look at this, there is no guideline as of now with the BIS also of how a Euroflowmetry should be performed. So Indian market and the third world market is open at the moment. But when we have to go to Europe and the US, yes, CE and FDA should be in line, and we are planning for the same too.
We can help you there. Thank you very much.
It will be
Professor.
a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Ashish, and thank you, judges. Now we will call upon stage our third startup, or Mr. Yash TAMBI. He is the founder and CEO of Aris Systems.
Hi all, thank you for having me here. It's a great honor for me. So the stage has been set right today for sustainability, sustainability with digital twinning. And the speakers, esteemed speakers here before me talked about how energy is very important. We are all aware that global warming is a real and urgent threat. And July 2023 was the hottest year on record of this planet. We need to do something about it. And as Dr. Savanand said earlier, there's no plan B, there's no planet B. Hydrogen has solutions. And the whole energy economy is now being reinvented with green hydrogen. We are developing technologies which will make it over 5 times cheaper to deploy and 10 times cheaper to generate green hydrogen. With this, we are targeting the global electrolyzer market. I'm Yash TAMBI, founder and CEO at Aris Systems. Just to set up numbers in context, the required cost of green hydrogen to enable this new economy is less than $2 a kilogram. However, the present costs are in a varying range, but at least over $6 a kilogram. And technological innovation is required to bring this cost down, along with policy interventions. We are working on, right at the material level, innovating right at the material level to develop proprietary and indigenous membrane-less electrolyzer technology. The global market for this is about $69 billion by 2030. The Indian market alone is $19 billion. India, along with as some other nations and unions, we target to produce 5 million metric tons of green hydrogen by 2030. We are a deep tech early stage startup incubated at IIT Ropar with members from IIT Ropar as well as alumni from Aether Energy. So what's different in our in our concept. So we are membraneless, we are highly efficient because we are innovating right at the material level. We have lowest capex, and we are very less sensitive to impurities, all of which are problems of existing electrolyzer technologies. So our core product or our core technology is on the electrolyzers, and our end product will be containerized systems which can generate hydrogen on site. These will be scalable and modular. Our target customers would be solar and wind energy companies, steel plants, refineries, gas blending where hydrogen is used for feedstock, and mobility and fleet companies. We incorporated last year, that's when we started our journey, and at the moment we are developing our proof of concept systems. And over the next couple of years, we aim to reach megawatt scale by 2027. Our team comprises of myself, Dr. Dheeraj Mahajan, who is an associate professor at IIT Ropar, member of various task forces and specializes in indigenous hydrogen technologies, and Shikhar, who is an alumni of Aether as well as IIT Kharagpur and specializes in taking prototypes to mass manufacturing. Join us in enabling this new energy economy. From Dassault Systems, we are looking to use the following products to help us in our journey and accelerate our product development. As has been mentioned earlier, we would want to get it right the first time. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tambi, and very, very impressive, I must say. Please, judges.
I'm going to steal the... Which one? Yeah, it's working. Thank you very much. I'm very impressed. And you know, I'm a strong believer that hydrogen can be a game changer if we manage to lower the cost. So what you're presenting has so much potential that I think the market can be even bigger than what you discuss. But my question to you is, I really understand your use cases, I really understand the market, but could you elaborate on the technology and how it's working without a membrane?
Thank you for your question. So we are innovating, as I mentioned, right at the material level. Our process of, so the main issue of electrolyzers is that you need to separate the gases. And they can be separated in various ways, primarily with the use of membranes. There are 4 dimensions which humans can perceive, right? X, Y, Z, and time. We separate them in time. So we just generate hydrogen, or rather release hydrogen and oxygen at different times. So that they are separated. So that's on the technology part. Being applied for.
So our provisional patent is almost ready. We are filing in next 5 days.
Thank you.
Excellent. Brilliant show speakers, I must say, and startups are truly the growth drivers of New Digital India.